For me, everything is poetry, What are we but breath and thought? A magnificent heap of unborn words waiting to be made alive. What are we but poets upon this grand stage? My name is Stanley Richardson. I am a native of the city of Alachua, Florida. Grew up there. I was born in 1962, right in the bosom of the civil rights movement and protests and all that kind of stuff. So at heart, I'm just a country boy from Alachua. I love fishing and being in the woods and that kind of thing. My father loved movies and books. My mother, they both were educators. They both loved poetry. So I started writing at a young age because these thoughts would be so fleeting inside, and I was like, what was that? Man, that might have been some good stuff, or maybe even profound, but I can't remember what the hell it was. So I started just writing just to capture words. How did I get to the stage? Well, I met a woman. And this woman that I met who eventually married, I started sharing my work, and she said, "You can't keep this hidden under your bed. You're an artist." And I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm something. I'm a lot of things, but that's weird." And she said, "No, you have to say it and embrace it." She basically held my hand and had me, stand in front of the mirror and say, "I'm an artist."
He is one of the most powerful actors I've ever had the pleasure to be on stage with. And I know when Stan is really in the groove, he feels like he's just a conduit, that poetry is coming through him. And his job is just to let it out.
I was first introduced to E. Stanley Richardson as part of an audience at the Hippodrome when he was in the Royale. I was watching and thinking, this cat should be on Broadway, because he was so good and so convincing, and he was just amazing.
I feel like Stan is kind of the perfect person to take on that role of Poet Laureate, in the sense that he was already kind of doing that. He was already a community organizer. He's already someone, with deep roots in Alachua County.
Just the idea of a Poet Laureate is pretty incredible, you know what I mean? Like, if we could kind of bring people together and understand, like, the foundation of poetry, what it is, what it represents for human culture and human society. We have to start reevaluating how we approach the world and realize that the arts are able to express something that is very complex, and that's what the arts are really there for.
E. Stanley is definitely, one of those voices here in Gainesville, and a champion for writing the possibilities that exist with poetry, the ways it can be used for self-transcendence, the ways it can be used for agency and empowering people.
The thing that I really love doing is not really my own stuff, it's creating platforms for other people to perform their stuff. That's what I really enjoy doing. My stuff, I'm gonna do my stuff regardless. If I got to just do it out in the field under an oak tree, that's my thing, I'm gonna do it. Bard and Broadside is an amazing 4-day extravaganza of poetry and art in and around Gainesville. It's gonna kick off at the Horn. We're gonna select the very first North Central Florida Youth Poet Laureate for our community. And then the Sunday, we have John Murillo, who is an award-winning poet. Alachua, where each day we are called to witness the glory of the sun as it beckons orange in a sea of blue above the vast prairie run, and the rays tilt to heaven's perspective, and the golden day glistens, and the sawgrass listens to the cattails telling the cypress trees swaying in the slow evening breeze, and gators growl, and gators growl, and gators chomp, and gators do what gators do in the gator swamp, and we fare, and we festival, and we dance alive as a symphony plays in a great hall chamber. A ballerina leaps from a cloud above the Hippodrome, and the ovations stand as innovation and tech hold tight our clever hand and art speaks, and all its many sacred tongues conceived at the angle of beauty achieved in the wild spaces, in the public places where nature and culture meet. Alachua County, Florida, our Eden of the South.